The Chlorine Institute and its member companies are committed to developing procedures and equipment to assist emergency responders when a chlorine emergency exists. The Institute has worked to standardize the shipping containers and to develop emergency kits that can be utilized in case an emergency situation develops with one of the containers. The kits A, B, and C are commonplace within the emergency response community today. Chlorine Institute emergency kits and cylinder recovery vessels work on the principle of temporarily containing leaks in valves and cylinder sidewalls by applying hoods and gaskets. The chlorine container is stabilized so that the remaining chlorine can be disposed of properly. The following kits and recovery vessels are available. Kit A for 100 and 150 pound cylinders. Kit B for 1-ton containers. Kit C for tank cars and tank trucks, and recovery vessels for cylinders. The kits include all the necessary tools for application, gaskets, and step-by-step instructions, but personal protective equipment is not included. Pamphlets and instructional videos are available from the Chlorine Institute. Chlorine recovery vessels are commercially available equipment designed to hold an entire cylinder. A leaking cylinder can be placed inside a recovery vessel, which is then closed and contains the leak. The chlorine can then be recaptured from the recovery vessel. More information on the Chlorine Institute's emergency kits can be found on the Chlorine Institute's website. As a reminder, all emergency responders that have the chlorine emergency kits should routinely confirm that all the parts of the kit are in place. Additionally, the gaskets in the kits have a shelf life and need to be replaced even if the kit has not been used in an emergency situation. Emergency responders should also check with the kit supplier for any improvements that have been made in the kits and gaskets. The Institute recognized the need for additional tools to help emergency responders mitigate chlorine cars breached in transportation accidents. The Chlorine Institute has conducted major testing of mitigation concepts. As a result of this testing, equipment and procedures were developed to expedite the field transfer of breached chlorine cars. It was found that by utilizing a simple eductor, chlorine vapor could be removed from a breached car that has been temporarily patched. The vapors can then be reacted with caustic soda in a scrubber tank to form a bleach solution. Materials and methods to temporarily patch breached chlorine cars continue to be developed. Procedures were also developed to safely weld and/or bolt nozzles on breached chlorine cars to expedite the removal of any remaining liquid chlorine. In addition, a pump was developed and tested to transfer the liquid chlorine from a breached chlorine car. These applications should only be considered for use by trained personnel. ChlorEP emergency teams and the Chlorine Institute emergency contractors are knowledgeable in the special equipment discussed. They can be contacted through the Chemical Transportation Emergency Center, or ChemTREC in the U.S., or Canadian Transport Emergency Center, CANUTEC, in Canada.